whilst trying to strike a balance between pretentious profoundness and simplicity. Hi guys, this is Raghav Pillutla here, the director, producer and writer of Mann Behka. And in this video, I'm going to speak about my vision as a director while making this film. In order to make this video far more accessible to all of you, I'm going to be speaking in English, although Hindi is my first language, so we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to try, but let's jump right in. So there are a few questions that I will be answering which are on this laptop. So the first question is, how did the idea to make Mann Behka come up? Okay, this is interesting. So during the first lockdown in 2020 of the coronavirus pandemic, I was playing online chess with a good friend of mine, and as we were playing our game, my friend was also sharing his ongoing relationship troubles, about how his then girlfriend, used to try and control him. And it suddenly struck me that several adolescents in their late teens go through a similar experience. After mulling over our conversation and reflecting on it, I also realized the storytelling potential of such a relatable theme. Later on, I recollected several experiences of many of my friends, an amalgamation of which resulted in a basic premise, which gradually evolved into a cohesive screenplay for the film. How did you initially approach the story, and did this approach change over time? I mean, initially I wanted the film to be a simple urban take on adolescent relationships through the lens of an out and out rom-com. Right, this was of course when the script was just 45 pages long. After shooting this first draft, I realized that the plot had several loose ends and I wasn't really satisfied with the overall outcome. So then I got back to work, reworked the script to a 110-page, full-length feature screenplay, carpentering and tightening each loose end, and also delving deep into each character's complexities, whilst trying to strike a balance between pretentious profoundness and simplicity. So, as a result, the film's tone and theme shifted to a coming of age romantic drama. Having said that, I mean, I always kept telling myself that I was making a comedy in order to keep things from getting too intense, and that is something that a lot of coming of age films fall prey to, so I was sort of cautious about that. What are some of the films that inspired the making of Mann Behka? There were many films that influenced the making of Mann Behka in some way or another. So for starters, Call Me By Your Name by Luca Guadagnino. I wanted to in some manner bring out and emulate that beautiful feeling of summer warmth and genuine first love. Then the beautiful In the Mood for Love by Mr. Wong Kar-wai. The manner in which the tender and deep intimacy between the titular characters is brought out without resorting to unnecessary gratuitous expression and exposition, elevated its poetic tone and theme, having a profound impact on me. Then Lost in Translation by Sofia Coppola. Its poignant portrayal of the emptiness and desolation one can feel in the midst of a crowd, and how an unlikely friendship can give a sense of respite, moved me deeply. There were a number of Hindi language films such as Choti Si Baat, Chit Chor, Rajnigandha, to name a few. The camaraderie and bonhomie that Manav and his friends share with one another was deeply influenced by real events, of course, and also Chashme Baddoor by Sai Paranjbai and Dil Chahta Hai by Farhan Akhtar. How did the film's casting take place? Once I had completed the screenplay, I had a reasonably vivid idea in my mind as to the mannerisms and appearance of my characters. The first character cast was Mohit, played by Arav Bhatnagar. Arav is a childhood friend who I had worked with on a prior short film. As I was writing the character of Mohit, the more I fleshed out the character, the more I realized that Arav would pull it off very well. At the moment he read the part, he was more than happy to come on board. For the character of Manav, we had to put out casting calls across social media platforms, which resulted in me connecting with Ishaan Anand. For Alia, I had approached another friend who took part in several rehearsals, but unfortunately, things didn't work out midway through as she had to step down due to personal reasons. Following which, I approached Anoushka Gupta, who I had collaborated uh, on another short film as well. And mind you, she gave a very compelling audition. Jack was initially played by another actor who, we had shot the first draft with. Unfortunately, he was unavailable during the reshoots and the second draft. So I approached Amit Kalra, who I had worked with before, I had collaborated with on a project before. And he jumped on board as soon as he read the screenplay. Was the journey all smooth sailing from the initial stages of the project through to its completion? No, yeah, not quite. Since the project is a low budget independent film, we always had to make sure that we optimally use our limited resources that were available to us. This, of course, proved to be a blessing in disguise because the entire cast and crew had to bring their best to the table even during high pressure situations. Navigating through these situations also warranted us to think ingeniously in order to execute our plans effectively and be on time. Of course, to not have the privilege of high manpower meant that I had to don several hats, which has been a huge learning experience for me. How did you ensure to stay on budget and more importantly on time? So yeah, the only way I could complete the film was if I stayed within my means. Right, so this meant a lot of planning with various departments, extensive planning with various departments, including intense rehearsals with actors during pre-production. We were aware that we wouldn't have a lot of time during filming, which meant lesser lighting setups and no location sound. So my cinematographer and I, we planned to use available light to our best advantage, thereby emphasizing on and adding more realism to the film. And this also enabled the cast and crew to be in tandem with one another during production, which rendered us to work to our maximum satisfaction and also be on time. So this concludes part 1 of our director's vision segment. I appreciate and thank you all for taking the time out to watch this. Tune in to part 2, and if you haven't watched Mann Behka the film already, please watch it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Take care.